and gone, if that's all you focus on, of course you're going to be naturally unhappy, potentially depressed, and just uninspired and unmotivated for the most part, versus the other end of that spectrum, which is being grateful, but also just understanding that, yeah, I'm struggling potentially with finances, or I'm not doing what I want to do, or I haven't been where I want to be, where I want to go. But I know that it could be way worse. I'm getting again some sort of fulfillment from it, and or it's not something you're passionate about at all. Something needs to change. I think a lot of us, because of parents most of the time, and or society, jump into careers because we think it's going to pay well, or it's just something that pays the bills. That's okay if that's where you're at today, but what I'm telling you is you need to start working on something on the side so that you're not doing this for the next 40 years. That could be anything. This is, it'll be a long-ass video if I started talking about how to create a business on the side. But what you can do, for example, for me, I worked in a flex space for almost 10 years. It might take some of you 6 months. Everyone's going to be different. But there are things that I know you could be doing that you can start tomorrow that are going to help you get there quicker. That is it. I feel like I was just talking a lot, but I wanted to talk as if I was talking to a best friend, because I have recently had some friends reach out to me about this topic, about not feeling like they're heading in the direction they want to head into, and I've also reflected a lot on, I've been fortunate enough and blessed enough to travel, and I'm just so grateful that when I'm traveling, I can't wait to get back to my life and back to home, even though I love traveling. And one caveat I just want to make for the record, of course there are days I don't want to work. I love what I do, but there are days that I just want to stay in bed and watch Netflix all day. There are days where, I do just want to go to Mexico and lay on the beach for a week and not think about anything. That is totally fine. That is human. I'm not saying that, you're going to create a life in which those things aren't great. But what I am saying is there's too many of us wasting our lives, living a life that we are not happy with, and that is not okay. And as I'm getting older, as we are all getting older, I think it's just getting more and more obvious to me. It pisses me off the people that aren't taking action today, and they're just waiting and waiting. And I wish I would have started sooner on these things, but we all are figuring life out. But just know that you have the power to create the life you want. And I'm working on. The challenging part with a video like this is I remember when I first wrote this down, I was like, oh, this is a great topic for a video. And I was like, how do I talk about this and not come across like a total douchebag bragging about his life, right? Because that's not what the point of this is. That's not what I'm trying to do. But my life was miserable at one point, and that'll be for another topic. But I dealt with a lot of struggles early on in my life. In a group home, and even today, I have a lot of external problems. My mom is an alcoholic who's in and out of prison and lives on the streets today. My little brother is in and out of jail and prison and on drugs today. I have things and shit that are not great. My life is not fine and dandy, and I wasn't blessed with all of this easy path to get to where I am today. And I think that ultimately is why I want to create this channel and shares, because I've come from a really shitty upbringing, but I've created this life that I love, that I'm so grateful for, that I'm so blessed about. And because of that, I want to share it and to show you that it's possible. That is all, because I'm going to keep rambling and ranting. If you got any value out of this, like it, send it to anyone that you think might needs to hear it. Hit the sub button. I'm gonna keep doing more stuff like this. So appreciate y'all. Let's do it. Let's create the life we love. I know you can, and I'm excited to check the comments and DM me, message me, because I can't wait to hear that you have created the life that you love. maybe it's a year from now, 2 years from now, comment on this whenever you're watching this or whenever this clicks for you, and I'll read it. So, all right, y'all. Peace. All right. Is you're going to write down 3 goals. Do it on a piece of paper, a journal, do it in your phone, do it in a laptop, doesn't matter. But you're going to write down 3 goals. The first goal is going to be, what do you want to look like physically? What type of shape do you want to be in? That is personal. It doesn't matter what you want. Maybe you want to lose weight, maybe you want to gain weight, maybe you just want to maintain, but you want to make sure you have good health, heart health. I don't know. Maybe you want to run more. What physical goal do you have? Write that down. 2, write down a spiritual goal. So for this, it means, where do you want to improve? Maybe you want to work on your self-confidence. Maybe you want to be taken more seriously. Maybe you want to stop comparing yourself to others. Write down what your goal is spiritually. And then 3rd is financial. For this, I typically like to break down, how much money do you want to make per month? That is the simplest way for me to break stuff down, because that's how we live life, right? Usually bills, mortgage, car payments, phone bills, it's month to month, so that's how my mind works. All right, so now I'm gonna break it down very simple so that we can achieve progress towards these goals. What we're going to do is we're gonna work towards these goals. We're gonna do one thing. Every single day, we're gonna do one thing that works on all 3 of these things. What do I mean by that? Let's start with the first one, physical. You are gonna do one thing every day that works towards that physical goal. What does that mean? That doesn't mean you have to go out and run a marathon every day. But one thing. Again, it's all about baby steps, but remaining consistent. So it's non-negotiable. So that could be diet. If you are eating poorly, by that I mean processed foods, shit that's made in a lab, fast food, soda, if that's all you're eating, one of the things that you should be doing every day, starting tomorrow, or starting today even, is cutting that out. For some people, that is simply just walk more. Start just tracking your steps, or do it by time. Walk for 30 minutes a day. If you're not doing any physical activity, every day, starting tomorrow, you need to be doing something physical. And again, this isn't a lot to ask. Go and start by walking 10 minutes tomorrow. Then do that for a week, then make it 15 minutes. It can be baby steps. For others of you, maybe it's a little more. Maybe it's start resistance training. Start actually lifting weights, tracking. But you need to work towards something that is going to help you achieve your physical goal. So this is kind of a 2-parter, but I think it includes diet and it includes fitness. Again, this is simple. Don't overcomplicate it, but do something every day that strives towards this. And over time, a year from today, if you actually are doing something every day, your diet a year from today should be pretty fucking clean, or at least a lot cleaner than it is today. And your fitness, a year from today, if you are compounding and progressively, you should be in a lot better shape a year from today than you are, or at least a lot closer to what your goal is. It might take a couple years to get there, but that's fine. But you're working towards that every day. That is part 1. Part 2 is spiritual. This is a bit more tricky, but how I work on spiritual improvements, personally, I journal. Journaling is like my #1 go-to thing. I wake up every morning and I write down 3 things I am grateful for, and I also write down 3 affirmations. What is an affirmation? Basically, I think about who I want to be, and I write down I am that person. 3 different things. I am, and I write down. You have to start building on things on the side, working on investments, doing something outside your 9 to 5. You have to. And I know it's hard, and I know we have kids and relationships and friends, but you have to start using your time. Like this is probably the hardest of them, but you have to work on this every day. But what does this mean? This doesn't mean you have to build a company every day. This doesn't mean you have to, read a financial book every day. But what it means is you have to do something small, incremental that works towards that. So for me, for example, I'm working on this channel. That is one thing. this eventually, I'm not monetized yet on this specific channel, The Art of Ron, but eventually I will be, right? And eventually that'll be some sort of income. I'm also working on the Reaction Channel Academy, which is a consulting coaching business that I have, and I'm going to be launching courses next year. On top of that, I actually invest in ETFs and I invest in crypto, Bitcoin. I'm making kind of, they're gambles. This isn't advice. I'm not telling you to go do this, but I'm doing these things with the thought that in the future, the ROI on what I'm, investing is going to be big. So all of these things, and then I'm also trying to work on saving and budgeting and doing all the things that most people do in a 9-to-5. All of these things I know will get me to financial freedom. So these three things, again, let's simplify it. Do something physical every day. Doesn't have to be go to the gym and work out super hard. Walk, eat healthy, eat whole foods, eat some fruit, cut out. That's an excuse. I promise you, you can do one thing that works on one of these three areas every single day, and you will thank me for it a year from now. And every night when you lay your head down on that pillow, or maybe you don't use a pillow, I'm not judging you, you will feel good about yourself. That is it. I hope this is helpful. I got a lot of good feedback about the last video, and I'm really pumped to honestly just share what I do every day. I have reached a point in my life that I'm just like so blessed. It's hard. I don't want to come off like I'm bragging, and I don't want to oversell it to feel like I'm being salesy, but I've created a life that I'm so happy with. And it's like, all right, I need to use this channel to share that, to share step by step. How did I get here? What did I do? Where did I come from? What are the businesses? So I'm gonna get more in depth with like, how did I get to the YouTube side of things? I'll start talking about my daily habits and how I get my mindset right. How did I build my confidence? All these things, that's what I want to work on with this channel. And I'm pumped. And because at the end of the day, I know I'm impacting some of you. I got a lot of messages. A lot of you guys were like, yo, Ron, that video really changed my life, or that video really opened my eyes. That is all that matters to me. And I know I'm going to continue to do this and impact you guys. And it's just, it's inspiring, and I'm so pumped. And I know it's just going to come full circle in the end, which is a win-win, right? And so I love this. I hope this hit home for you guys. Hit me up, write in the comments, hit my DMs. If you have questions about these, on how to execute these things, hit me up. Otherwise, get started. Get started today. Worst case, get started tomorrow, but there's no excuses. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace. Okay, I was really inspired to make this video because since my last two videos, I've received dozens. But all that means is the storm you're going through, your ship is going through, is just darker, cloudier, more windy, with more rain and lightning than other people's. That doesn't mean your ship stops and you just stop moving and you're stuck in that storm. What it means is you gotta fucking work even harder. The muscles to move the sails, you gotta flex even harder. You gotta, it's gonna take a bit more discipline. It's gonna take a bit more sacrifice and probably pain, and you're gonna be more wet and cold and all these things than other people. I get it. I know some people's from the jump, some people's boat and is just smooth sailing with calm waters. And then every now and then they'll get stuff. Others are not like that. But that's fine. You can't, there's no point in focusing on other people's boat and other people's journey, because all that's going to allow you, you're not going to go anywhere. You got to focus on your boat, get through that storm. Okay, and I want to leave you with one thing. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up putting it on the cover. My favorite book of all time. And for anyone that this video resonated with, please read or listen. I've read this book about 4 times. You can create gold out of the lead that you currently have. You are in control though. Okay, so you can't, there's no way of getting through the storm. There's no way of creating gold if all we're focused on is literally complaining or blaming others, blaming our parents, like, that victim mindset, again, I'm never gonna say that you're wrong for feeling that way, because you're not. We're humans and you feel as a result of an experience. That's just fact. Feelings are factual. Cool, feel that way. But don't let that prevent you from moving forward. So let's move forward. You're in control. Get this book, okay? I promise you'll love it. Read the audiobook, and then DM me, comment, message, let me know what you thought about it. I really, like, this is my favorite book and the most impactful book I've ever read. It's changed my life. I read this in college and it literally changed my life. And I actually discovered this from an interview that Will Smith did. He was talking all about manifestation and how, you basically create the life that you want, and that's what he did. And he said he got a lot of his inspiration from this book. And so that's when I got it. And then what was funny is after I read this book, it's a full house here. We're watching Biscuit, Brandon's dog. Biscuit, Teddy. Say hello to the camera, guys. TV? Restroom? Oh. Restroom? Okay. Happy Friday. It's a little dark. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Alright. Today's just kind of a normal Friday, but Michelle's getting LASIK. I'm meeting up with a friend. We got filming. It's somewhat, again, of just a random Friday, but I think it'll be fun. And I also just know that I want to keep working on getting better at vlogging, but while vlogging, trying to incorporate some of my other video ideas, concepts, if that makes sense. The style. So basically, I'm hoping to vlog with a purpose. As dumb as that sounds, I think it could be dope. So I'm gonna take you guys, kind of a busy day today, straight from the coffee shop. I am going to the gym. So I'm going to make my pre-workout right now. There's not a ton of caffeine in here, luckily, because I will be having some coffee as well at the coffee shop. I put a scoop of pre, and then a scoop of BCAAs. And this is what I will have pre-workout along with my favorite fruit. Weather is terrible right now. It says it's 76 degrees out, but it's like sprinkling and sticky and humid. You know what I'm realizing? Because I want to just do this more often, I think I want to do like one vlog a week. I don't know, like while I'm driving, I don't want to just hold this camera. It's not a huge camera, but it's a heavier camera, and it's a little awkward to just hold it. Yeah, let's do it.
I had my trackers from LA. I brought him here too as well. He's like, yo, the best working.
Everyone's just like, it's a Friday. How is this? I know, it is funny. Yeah. No, the Austin community is so like that. The thing is, I feel like you're trying different things, right? Like, you're doing like your own podcast, you're doing your own personal content creation, but then you're also still working with others and creating for others. Like, what's your end goal? Like, your dream?
I think, you know what, that is a question. I think one of my biggest dreams, I think, is to still be able to create stories in a unique way of someone else's stories. So basically,
so it's what is it? It's double shot?
It's basically an Americano, but the Americano that the style that they do. Yeah. Which is called
Deload. Nice. Little coffee shop here in Austin. Dope. Okay. Wow. This actually reminds me of coffee in Korea. Americano is like the number one drink. Like, everyone just gets Americano. All right, man. This was great. Also, yeah, I definitely, I'll join whenever you guys meet up for the shoot, but I do want to start posting daily there, and I want to start also using content from here. So the long form content from this channel, I'll be putting on Instagram. I just want to get, more active. Like,
I'm gonna grow at the pace I'm gonna grow, that's fine. But I need to put more effort into just like getting myself out there a bit more if I really do want to impact as many people as I can. So, anyways, all right, I'm about to eat the banana, pause, and drink my pre. I know it's a lot of caffeine because I just had that coffee, but maybe I won't finish the pre-workout. I don't know. And then, yeah, let's drive to the gym. All right, workout's done. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't the greatest simply because I literally only had like 35 minutes because I have to get home and Michelle and I have to start filming by 12 so that we're done by 3 because then we gotta leave for Michelle's LASIK appointment. LASIK. So, yeah. So I spent like 7 minutes warming up on a treadmill on incline, just at 5 speed. Incline was at 5, just light, just to try to get blood flowing. I want to be in the best shape of my life. I want to be able to financially take care of my family, my grandparents and my aunt who adopted me. I want to be able to take care of all my cousins. Like, I have all these aspirations, and I envision it happening. It's going to happen, right? But in order to get there, I just know that, like, I have to be doing things consistently that are hard, that are challenging me. Like, I just know. And so every day it's like, what am I doing that's somewhat challenging? Somewhat. And that's it. That's my little rant. And so it started with the gym, and, you know, I met with someone. I'm today, I feel already like this day has been productive, but you have to be challenging yourself. And a lot of us get caught up in this, and just like a normalcy, and very complacent with, you work a 9 to 5, you get home, you know, maybe you go. Ready?
No.
Seriously, are you nervous or?
Yes, because this might be the last time I see you.
Boo! That's not gonna happen. Of course you're gonna see me. This is gonna go great. You're gonna love it. Okay, well, there goes my food. Is it good? Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Don't eat all the meat! That's all my protein! Seriously, last moments of glasses. Honestly, I think you look so beautiful in glasses, and I'm a little sad.
Really, I hate myself in glasses.
You should never say that. First of all,
I hate
you should
the way
not
I
say
look.
that you hate yourself,
But I hate the way I look.
but you look beautiful.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Sir? Be careful.
So you're just never gonna wear glasses again?
I think I might, like, wear
For look?
blue light.
Oh, okay. I'm actually, it has been recommended that even I should get blue light for like at night, because I read on my Kindle, or my iPad.
Yeah. Because it sucks because I bought this, like, a month ago.
I know.
These glasses.
Those are so
I think,
cute. You can replace the
tomorrow-
lens?
Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm going to stop by
Oh,
and replace the lens. For
really?
some blue light.
Maybe
Yeah.
I'll go with you.
Because I also want to kind of protect my new eyes, you know?
Uh-huh. So in terms of recovery, tomorrow you should be fine to see. Path of Exile 2 is coming out later this year, and I played all the Diablo games, and I love that style, so it's basically that on steroids, so I'm having a good time so far. I'm like level 20, so I'll do that.
Nice.
I already hit the gym, so what's good is, like, we filmed, I hit the gym, like, took care of kind of the necessities, if you will. So now it's like productivity time. So usually at night I'll do stuff that's not mandatory but helpful. By that I mean I do need to start working on short film content. So like turning long form stuff into short form for shorts and for Instagram, stuff like that. And then responding to comments, planning future videos. And then if I can, I've been trying to squeeze in like an hour of gaming every night. Not every night, but like maybe three to 5 nights a week. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. But yeah, tonight should be fun. Okay, well, I think there's a lot going on in her head right now.
Ooh, this might be the last time I see you.
She keeps saying that. Last night she kept saying
Dude,
that too.
I might become like Sasuke and lose the light.
She literally asked me, she was like, Would you still love me and be with me and take care of me if I went blind?
Yeah, because if I went blind, I wouldn't be able to react, and then there
Well,
goes our income
Honestly,
in our life.
I said you actually might be able to react if we listen to the sub, and who knows? Either way, they just gave her volume,
Value?
like turn up the volume.
I don't know.
It's supposed to mimic a couple cocktails so that it's supposed to just help with anxiety. So like when you're laying down, you're not like moving around, because I think that's probably not a good idea. It'll be okay, boo.
Ooh, she did not look at me.
But don't, you have no idea what she was going through. Don't like tie that to what you're about to go through. You'll be fine. You got this. Dude, how many people do you know that have gotten LASIK? Couple. 2. And what do they have to say about it?
Joe said it hurt.
Huh?
Yeah, he was like, the healing part's a bitch.
Well, yeah, the healing is probably going to be annoying, but it's life-changing. Like, if you ask him, would he not do it again? You know, he probably would. So,
I was perfectly fine the last 20-something years. I can go on.
it's just mental. I guarantee you it's not going to hurt. Like, a tattoo is way worse. It's mental, though.
No.
Yeah, it's... I know, that's the mental part. Is like...
Wait, how fast does this stuff hit?
I don't know, why are you feeling loopy?
I feel like I'm starting to float a little.
Where
That's so
am I?
weird.
Yikes.
Dude.
Yes.
Is this stuff supposed to feel good?
Yeah. A couple cocktails is supposed to feel good.
Or, but will it have the negative effects of a few cocktails?
Huh? No, I doubt it. But no, because your body's
What
not
do people take Valium for?
anxiety and like
Really?
calming down, yeah. Alright, how do you feel, like the Valium, do you feel a little drunk?
Yeah, dude, I felt like I wasn't like being coherent to them.
But that made it easy. Are you gonna put on like this whole mask?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just gonna wear this. I feel out of it.
Yeah. What was it like while you were in there? Are those what they gave you?
Yeah.
Those are kind of cool. It was so quick, by the way.
I don't know, it felt like forever because like on each eye they like put like little like things to keep my eyes open, and he was like staring at the green light. I was like trying really hard to stare at the green light, and I was like doubting myself if I was staring at the green light. Dude, and like he was like, okay, 45 seconds, and I was like, these are the longest 45 seconds ever. And then like I could have sworn on one eye he was like washing it and drying it, and I felt like I saw the sponge he was using to dry it, and it was like red, and I was like, oh, and then I got really nauseous. I was like, oh my god, my eyes are blood. Yeah, dude.
Sharingan. Was there any pain?
No, I felt nothing.
Perfect.
Just pressure, but like,
That's fine. Yeah.
dude, it was just like.
So it's
that was
all
in my head.
it's literally all the mental part of it.
Yeah, I was like getting nauseous and queasy, just like thinking about the process. And,
Yeah. Well, Boo, I'm so glad you did it, and you're not blind, and
that's what we think
you made it out.
until tomorrow morning.
All right, we gotta. So now she's supposed to go home. I guess the worst part of the whole procedure is like after this pain meds wear off. Supposedly, like her eyes are gonna be burning,
The numbing of my eye.
and she basically, it's gonna burn when her eyes are open. So she just needs to keep them asleep.
Dude.
So they recommend her just literally going to bed because.
Should I just put in the eye drops now so to beat the numbing wearing off?
Maybe. But, alright, well,
Brain here.
alright, you guys. Well, she made it. We're excited that she
What
made
does
it.
this say? Is this 1 or 2?
This says 2.
That one's 2 or
2.
1?
This says 2 on it.
Can you read this?
It says 1 drop every 15 minutes as needed for pain only.
Oh, this one? Okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna drive us back home now, so, yeah. We gotta get her home.
All in
And
a day's
bed.
work.
All in a day's work, exactly.
Sharp vision. Start.
Back home, Michelle is really good. The very first thing before I even open up my laptop, I've been journaling. I journal every day. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Daily affirmations. Today I'm grateful for. I'm looking forward to. I will be doing a full video on the art of journaling, but today is just more of a lifestyle vlog. But anyway, so I did this very first thing, boom, done with that. Then I actually read, this is a book called The Daily Stoic. It's a super dope book. Basically, there's a writing based on every single day of the year. April 4th, April. So obviously we are here, we are on May 6th. So every day I read this. And they are basically journal entries, writings, notes, memories from a lot of the greatest like philosophers, Greek. I'll be honest, I don't even know the extent of all of the authors that wrote in here. But every day there's some sort of motivational, inspirational note in there from someone very well known in the past, right? And then it breaks down how that message is relevant even today. And it's called The Daily Stoic. It's an awesome book. Obviously, it takes like 30 seconds to a minute to read every day, but it's a great way to start the day. So, boom, journal, boom, that. And then I get to work. I do throw on this, like, usually we either listen to like Studio Ghibli music or lo-fi hip-hop, but sometimes we'll get in our hippie state and we'll listen to manifest frequencies, manifestation, positivity, shit like that. And we just put it on in the background while we work. So then I'll work here. Then when I'm working, it's everything from responding to Patreon, comments, messages, planning uploads, thumbnails, titles, like it's all YouTube stuff. But then other stuff, right? I have my own business that I just started, which is called the Reaction Channel Academy, which I'm also coaching, mentoring people to do reaction channels. So yeah, so it's a lot of hours, and I usually eat, and then I hit the gym. And then after that, Michelle and I film. Today, however, I have a haircut at 11:30. So I'm gonna stop with my work in about 45 minutes. I'm gonna get ready, eat, and then, cause I'm gonna go to my haircut, and then straight from the haircut, I'm gonna go to the gym. So anyways, I do have a cool topic that I wanna talk about. I got a car mount for the camera, so I'm super pumped about that. Gonna be able to bring this along with me when I drive safely, and it pops off this tripod and then pops right onto that super easily. So with that being said, I have a dope topic that I'm gonna cover today, and yeah, I'm excited to talk more about it. I think it's gonna bring a lot of value to y'all. So, all right, let's get back to work. All right, been working for about an hour and a half. I just made my pre-workout. I mean, half of it's gone, but full banana on a piece of wheat. What type of bread is it?
Sourdough.
It's sourdough, but we get it from the farmer's market, so it's supposed to be better for you. Anyways, peanut butter, crunchy, always, and then banana. And I'm gonna have this. I'm gonna take my multivitamins, and I'm gonna start getting ready for the haircut, and then gym time. This is like my go-to. This gives me plenty of fuel for the gym when I know I'm gonna be lifting heavy, but I also will take some caffeine about 30 minutes before. So usually it's pre-workout, but yeah, all right. Another thing, just because I figured I'd share, some comments did say they want to know more about supplements, things that I take. Every meal that I feel really bold saying this, but every meal that I eat, when I'm done, I take fiber gummies. It tastes like candy, and it just helps me personally keep my system moving consistently, optimally. And then I also take a complete multivitamin. It's just a complete men's multivitamin. This is all natural. Like I always make sure I read the ingredients of everything. I'm like very big into ingredients nowadays. I look up everything, and I just make sure it's not filled with a bunch of chemicals and things that are gonna fuck my body up. But I take the gummies once a day. I also took that other pack of gummies, but a lot of or not gummies, pack of pills for multivitamins. It's called Total Human. That's more at a time. My haircut is in 15 minutes, and it's about a 15-minute drive. So, and I never like being late. I always try to be early. And so yeah, so I had to go. I didn't get it set up, so yeah, it's actually just bad news. So I'm holding it on my tripod still, my little handheld tripod, and I know I got a bunch of comments saying, be careful, don't do that and drive. So I'm gonna not look at the camera that often, except when we're stopped or at a red light. Anyways, the topic that I wanted to talk about today, ironically, was about the, like, as soon as I hit play, you probably heard I was listening to a podcast. It was actually about Rob Dyrdek was on it, and for those that don't know, he is this isn't about him, but he is someone that I look up to a ton, and he's super into goal setting, manifestation, like a lot of good things, a lot of dope things. I highly recommend you check him out. He's a dude on Ridiculousness, Rob and Big. He did a bunch of stuff. He's a little older, so depending on how old you are, you might not know who he is. But dude's a G. But the overall point that I'm wanting to make today on this drive real quick is around who you take in matters, who you listen to matters. I briefly touched on this in one of my other videos where I talk about creating a life you love, but who we listen to and spend our time and energy, like, in allowing them to be put into our brain is so critical, you guys. And a lot of people responded to that. Let me actually see if I can put this up like this so it's a little more stable and a little more safe. Yeah. I had a bunch of people message me about, like, how hard it is to, because I talked about who you surround yourself with matters. We all know that, right? Like, birds of a feather flock together. You know, show me your 5 best friends and I can tell you where you'll be in 5 years. Like, all that shit is real. But it goes beyond just that. And I had a bunch of people ask me, like, yo, it's super hard. I don't have role models in my life. I don't have people that I can look up to, or, you know, what do I do when that's the case? Or what do I do when I'm already, quote unquote, in monk mode, which I have my own opinion on, to be honest. There's pros and cons to it. And, like, what do I do when I'm just by myself, right? I'm alone most of the time. Who do you take? That's totally fine. We live in a digital world. I mean, obviously, I do think there's a lot of value in being social, right? Like, as a human being, that's just kind of, we thrive and you know, we're always chasing that. But either way, I use social media and podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, only as a betterment tool. Only as a betterment tool. Who I'm listening to, I make sure have a positive impact on me. And so, if you're lacking people that you hang out with that inspire you, people that, you know, are in a better situation than you, I always say you should always strive to hang out with people who are further ahead than you, who are in better shape than you, who make more money than you, who are smarter than you, because that's gonna, not only are you gonna learn from them, but it's going to inspire you, and naturally it's gonna push you to elevate yourself. If you're hanging out with the same people you've been hanging out with since high school, college, and y'all are all in the same boat you guys were 5 years ago, and you're doing the same things every weekend, you know, that's cool. I'm not gonna say, like, yo, don't have fun in your life, but you can't live that way and be expecting to grow. You can't be doing those things, hanging out with those people, and also be trying to elevate yourself at least efficiently and effectively. Sure, you can do it from time to time, but it's just going to be that much more challenging when you're trying to, like, work on yourself and do all these things solo, but you know your friends aren't on that same wavelength. It's like, fuck, what do you do, right? So I don't think you ever need to just cut people off. But I think, again, you need to be very, very smart and stingy and selfish about who you give your energy and time to, because that's so important. So with all that being said, you know, I've had a lot of people ask me about the whole Drake and Kendrick beef, and yes, I have listened to them because shit's entertaining. But aside from this, I don't listen to a ton of music anymore. Music used to be my life. But what I have found now is, like, I just question, what value am I getting out of listening to this music? And I do think there's a lot of music that adds a lot of value. There's a lot of music that basically can inspire you, motivate you, make you feel good. That's totally fine. I think we should always listen to that type of music, and I still do listen to music from time to time. But a lot of the times instead, I'm using social media and the time that